I cannot believe once again I have done a colouring where I didn't put the sound on. I am so sorry. Once again, I can't edit it, so unfortunately the beginning of the video has no sound for whatever reason. I always forget to unmute it, so I do all this nice intro bit and get all that right, and then forget to actually press my mic on. Honestly, I'm so silly. I'm so sorry. I hope everyone is gearing up well for Christmas and you've got lovely plans. I know Christmas is shaping up to be a very different version of what we're all used to, but we have to just get on with it, don't we, and make the best of it. And unfortunately for us, we have now the art of video chat, so we will be pulling everybody in who can't be there via video chat and put them on the end of the table and speak to them that way, because that's the only way certain family members are comfortable. I don't want to leave the homes, which is completely understandable, and don't want to mingle and things like that. So we are going to have them at the end of the table, so it's still like we're celebrating, but just with a bit of distance in between, but still like they're in sight, just not in person. So like I did do most of this off camera. I did most of it on the live stream, but I've done some of them off camera just so it was a bit faster, but I have left some out in case people wasn't here for the live stream and didn't see the live stream. So I'm going to do the berries on this one. I'm not starting off with honey. Gosh, I'm really out of it today with my things. Okay, so this is cherry red. I'm starting off in the shadows of them berries. So I apologise. This is why I have live stream a lot, because if I get it wrong, people can shout at me, "Shell, you've got no sound on." Instead of sitting there talking away to myself and no one can hear me. Venetian. I'm just going slightly further up, keeping my pencil quite light here. Nothing too heavy. It's blending out from that cherry red. And then in with honey. And just pressing on quite hard here and blending them colours together. So I know it's out of my sync, this, because this is a snowy one. In fact, this is meant to be a gold one, or it should be a gold one, but it's not going to work. I'm going to have to change them berries. Let me just get the white. Just take away the honey, scrap the honey, and just cover the honey with my soft white Holbein. Just put that where the honey was. It's still going to be in the same area. Sometimes you have to jig these things to make it work. And then come back with cherry red. Just slightly go over that. Because I want it to look a frosted look, but kind of see the colour still coming through as well. And we need to colour that honey up because this needs to be a different berry. It's a different coloured holly. There we go. And then back with the Holbein white. And then we're just going to put white wherever you feel you want to put it. And this pencil is broke again. I can feel it down the lead. I'm going to do this very gingerly. I'm just going to put wherever I want the snow is where this is going to go. So I wouldn't normally have two snows together, but to make it work out for the rest of the wreath, we've got to compromise somewhere. So this can go down the middle of this like it's fell in between these two. And then this one can be all here. And then there where it's not. It's just fell off the edges of that. And it can be on the top of this one here. And that one might have just a little bit on its stem here. And then we're going to bring in the white ARTEZA gel pen. Get that ready on another page. And then just dotting quite close together. But I'm dotting them quite close together because I want that texture of the colour in between. So I'm not doing it that close together that there's no gap. I need a tiny bit of gap to make it look like this frosty snow effect. And I'm not covering completely all of it. You want some of it. The edge is still looking a bit frosty, so don't take your white all over past the edge. Just slightly in of it. Gotta love a bit of mixed media on a page anyway. It's kind of been a thing this year, mixed media. And then just here where we've got these ones. Oh, and then the berries. Just all at the top of the berries. Only like just the very tops of them. Because I still want that frosted look underneath. There we go. So then now we've got the brighter one. So we're coming with lime green. This is going to be our gold one. I think all the streamers that have been involved in the Colorathon now have finished their complete images. So if you want to check their images out, go to the hashtag streamers rocking around the Christmas wreath on Instagram. And you will see all their finished images. And may I add, each and every one of them, Sammie, Emily, Shannon, Mary, Tonje and Ashley's images are all absolutely amazing. All their channels will be linked in the description below if you want to check it out if you didn't see all the streams from the Colorathon. And go have a watch of their videos coming to life as well. Because it was a small stream, it was only a little scale stream. We all only had one slot, so most of us have finished it off camera. I've just finished it on camera because that's what I chose to do. Let me just see where these are all. I don't know what's going on with this one here, but I've got kind of, it's split in half. So I'm just going where all these hollies are. Just going in there. So yeah, please go and check out their channels. That one's going to be another snowy one, so we need to stop that one there. And then move on then to Matcha. Sorry, I need to turn you at this point. And just next layer along, blending into that lime. I've got so many whips, it's unbelievable that I've got to do over this next week so I can finish all my colouring pages for November and December. Because I don't colour so fast, I don't knock them out the park like I don't have loads that I do, so I do it over a 2-month period purely so I've got something to show you all, so I'm not just showing you one image or two. So I've got my skeleton to finish for the background, for it's going on as a background series. So I've got the skeleton to finish, I've got the horse to finish. If you all remember the horse I was doing live stream, the Kirby one. I've got to finish that because I had to come off stream early for that. I've also got to finish the Joanna Basford Christmas tree ornament that I was doing. I'm doing a spruce background on that, spruce leaves, so that's going to be part of the background series as well. And then this one, it won't be done on this stream, it will be done on a part of the background series. I'm going to be putting a door at the back of this one, and so a wooden door, so that will be shown on the background series one. So if you want to see that, keep an eye out for that one coming on. But I need to get them finished for the so I can do the video. Jungle green. I've not used my cue cards for a while actually, and it's nice to have them back out again. So just taking that not all the way to the centre because I'm using another colour. So just really blending the lines out here. And I'm holding quite low down because I am literally, I would probably do this over a couple of layers, but for the speed of the video I am holding my pencil further down so I can get more colour down on the page so I can do less layers, but I'm used to blending. So if you're not used to blending your colours, I'd suggest you do it over a couple of layers. And the more you get used to it, or the longer you've been colouring for, the easier it is to blend your colours, especially if you're used to the pencils. And then last up is Jade Green, which I flung over there. So yeah, go check out all the streamers involved on their channels. You'll see the playbacks of the live streams. They all did amazing. And I can't wait to do another one now. But obviously it's not going to be until the new year. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So by doing it like this, it should highlight the stem of each holly. Because when I looked on real photos of holly, the actual stem is brighter than the leaf. the little vein that runs down the middle. So that's what I wanted to emphasise in this picture. As you all know, it's my goal in the future to do more realistic colouring. It's always been my goal to try and colour from realism. And as you all know, I colour using reference pictures and stuff like that. I take my inspiration from them. So hence why I've done mine like this. And I've done a mix of kind of traditional colours as well that I've gone for. And then I'm just going to take Matcha and blend all of them in together with this. Because the lime will be too light to do that. And I've missed one there. I've missed two actually. Let me just jump back in. This is Jade Green, not Matcha here. And they're in. But this image from Lenka, oh, it's stunning, and I hope you've all bought it and had a go with it, because it's a stunning, beautiful image. And I was throwing all kinds at the ladies and saying to them, which one should we colour, which one should we colour? And this one was the one that won out. And I'm so glad it did, because it's a beautiful image. And Lenka herself is a lovely artist and a lovely person as well. She messages, she's easy to get hold of. I've messaged both on a social media platform and she's answered me on both pretty much straight away. So she's a lovely artist, so please go and check her out. So this one's a gold one, so we're going in with the honey, cherry, garnet. Where's my other one gone? Venetian. So we're going to start off with cherry red. Where have we gone? So just where all the shadows are is where I'm putting cherry red. Just where on each one of these little berries. And then for all, I'm going to use the colours that I've used in the wreath in the baubles. And the same, her scarf and hat is going to be the colour of the bow. And I'm going to be doing some baubles the colour of his hat. So I'm just going to tie in the colours that we've already used. So it's keeping your palette not limited, because there's a lot of colours used here, but it just keeps it nicer when you keep them all together, the same colours. Then moving on to Venetian. And just blending that out just ever so slightly. I'm not doing too much Venetian, just a tiny little, small, making a blend line than actually colouring a lot of the area with it. So keeping it light. And then honey is next. And then blending all them colours together with the honey. So I'm going over the top of Venetian there. Just doing little circles. I always hold my pencil down, because I'm not saying that this is how you do it for your light. Some people hold it up here and some people hold it down there depending on the pressure that they want. But I am just used to holding my pencil quite low down. I can do light and hard pressure, both holding my pencil down. So don't think just because I'm holding my pencil down here that I'm pressing on really hard. I'm not. It's just purely where I'm comfortable at holding my pencil. Because I can't hold it up here. I just don't have the same control. And then lastly, we want garnet, and this is just to add a low light to the cherry, and it's just literally like a backward C. And this just helps give it that bit of definition. We just want it to slightly leave a highlight on this side. And it just gives it that, it just lifts it a little bit. Okay, so that's that one done, and then we'll be going around that with glitter. Then we're doing the holly again, so we want mushroom first. And we're doing each leaf in mushroom first, so base coat on all the leaves. So once you've got your base coat on, this is because in the ARTEZA set it didn't have a like the sage colour that I like in the set. I would have liked a lighter one, and because there isn't one, I've had to kind of blend two pencils to make the sage colour that I want. So I'm going to add in Shamrock. And this is like a cool light aqua colour, but mixed with the mushroom grey, and it gives me that light sage colour, which is like this. But I just wanted a lighter version of it. And I'm colouring all that mushroom grey with it. And sometimes with colour pencil sets you do have to improvise and do mixing colours to create colours that you want. But maybe ARTEZA are going to do another bigger set, maybe with these colours in that I feel that ARTEZA pencils are missing. Like a lot of, they need a lot more lighter blues and lighter pastel greens. I know they've got these light bright greens, but they're really light soft greens and soft blues, and that you find in your Prismacolor sets. I think it'd be nice for ARTEZA to bring either a pastel range out or add to this set with a pastel range. So then moving on to sage green now. And just putting that in the lower part of the leaf, and where there's dips and bumps. And just use this as your shadowing pencil. So down the front of here is going to be darker. And then that raised bit will be lighter. All that section there. So how is everyone spending their Christmas? Are you doing similar to us, where there's a few of you getting together and you're video chatting with your family via Skype or Zoom or Messenger? And I do feel for all my friends that are down south that have had that disappointing news from Mr. Boris, that about the going into tier 4. It's so sad, but with the likes of Skype and Messenger, there's hope that you can still spend time with your family in a visual sense, that they're there, they're just not physically there. But we have to keep safe, don't we? We have to follow rules. So even us who can mingle, we are not pushing it. We're literally going for food, and then we'll be going home and that's that, and making sure that we're following the guidelines that's been given. And that's it. We've done pretty good at staying at home and not mingling, because I'm a family of 6 anyway. There's 6 of us in my house with my 4 children, so we already are the rule of 6, so we can't go anywhere unless, with my mum's case, she's single and we're her bubble. So we'll be spending that time with my mum, but other than that we haven't been mingling outside of the rules either, so we've just got to all do our bit, haven't we? So now I'm going to do the pearls. I like the effect of the mistletoe before it ripened, so we're going to be using cream, dolphin and fog, and a bit of, where's it gone, storm, just for the very, get storm out. Oh, maybe it was koala. Yeah, not storm, it was koala. That's just for the darkest bit of the shadow. So we're going to go in with koala first. Pick it up. And just go where that shadow was. Just ever so slightly. Not much of this at all, because we want them to look like the pearls. Then next up, dolphin. I'm going ever so slightly out with that one. And blending it over the top of koala. They're so cute, these. And then next up is fog, grey. Butterfingers today. I'm just going just up to the centre there, leaving the very tip out. And then cream. And then cream will be going over the whole sphere of the berry. And that'll be blender at the same time. Bit of fallout in some of these new 120 ones, I've noticed. They're a bit crumbly, and then some are a bit waxier than others. So let's brush some of that off. And then we're going to get the Holbein white. Just going to put a little highlight at the top. A little curve on the berries, because it's kind of like a natural vein. And then just like a highlight spot. The top. Like that. And then lastly we've got the darker one again. So let's move these out of the way. So we'll be using Matcha. Just sharpen this pencil. And the sharpener of choice is just this Derwent one out of the Skin Tone set. Makes a gorgeous nice point. Got the stem again. and then just round the edges. If you've got a bigger petal like this, I just make the edge slightly wider than I have on the others. There's one just hidden under here. And same around here. I love it. I've got 3 very, very excited kids at the minute. And my eldest, he's 17. He's just like an adult now. He doesn't get excited as much as the kids. But last year, he shocked the life out of both of us because he was the one that woke us up at 5 o'clock in the morning, all excited to do his Christmas presents. It was so funny because my kids are all like my husband. They're like they sleep. They don't wake up. They're not ones that are getting up at 4 and 5 in the morning. So every Christmas morning, we've always had a good lie-in really because they don't wake up. But last year it was such a shock for my eldest son to come in my bedroom at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Mum, can we get up now? And I was like, what on earth is going on here? And he's like, I just want me a present. I'm excited. Said it's only 16 years. And then jungle green. I'll just sharpen this again. I don't like blunt pencils. I think this one might have broke as well further up the stem because it's a bit wobblier than I would like. Again, I'm holding quite low down because I'm trying to get through the layers a bit quicker so the video's not as long. It's probably still going to be a very long video, but you can speed through it if you don't want to sit and watch it in real time. You can actually speed it up yourself if you press the settings cog on the video. There's an option called video resolution, I think. If you click on that, it should say speed, and then you can slow it down or speed it up to whatever speed you like. Obviously I will sound like a robot going blah, 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 but if you don't want to watch it at the slower speed, that's a great option. And then in with Jade. Sharpen this one too. It's slightly too blunt, and all that happens when you're doing detailed work like this is it makes it look sloppy. So sharpen my pencil it is. And then once I've finished my colouring, I've got a few bits to go to the shop for. And then I've got dance, and then I'm done for shopping for the week. Just turn it again. So do you all know what you're getting for Christmas? Have you all asked for art supplies, new pencils, nothing art related at all? What have you all asked for Christmas? Put it in the comments section. I'd love to read back and see what all exciting new things that you're all getting, or if you don't know what you're getting, if you just give people your wish list. And then I'm going to go back with Matcha and blend all them layers in. Oh, I've missed one out there. just go back with Jade. Just missed a little one out here. And this is, so you've got 2 gold bits here, so it'll have to be gold, unfortunately. So let's go in with I think, no, it's going to have to be the snowy one. I'll have to have 2 snowies together now again. So no honey. This is just going to be cherry red and Venetian red. So I'm going to go in with cherry red first. That's just going in at the very bottom. And then Venetian red. Most of the way to the top. And then I'm going to come in with my Holbein soft white. I'm just going to rub this off on this page because it's got a bit of green on it. And then where we've left that bit, that's going to be the whitest bit, and we're going to pull that into the red. That helps give it that bright white snow effect on the very tip. And then back with Venetian. Ever very, very lightly now. Here. And it just gives that white a pink haze, so like a frosted haze effect. And then we're going to come in with our white ARTEZA gel pen again. And we're just going to dot around the top of each one of them. Okay, so that's them finished. So while that's drying, I'm going to come on to the baubles down here. We're going to have a bauble of each one of the colours that we've already used. We're going to have the bells are going to be gold. I might do a silver one actually. We shall see. So let's move these out. So once I've got these out, we're going to do a green one. Just because they're out. So need to have, just sharpen these. We'll have this one. So lime green. I'm going to colour the whole thing in lime green. Just like that. And then the white Holbein. We'll move on to the next colour. The white Holbein, I'm going to give it a little glow effect, and then I'm going to lightly spread that out. But predominantly lighter in the middle. I'm going to go back over that with the lime green. And then I'm going to bring in Matcha. Sharpen that as well, that's a bit blunt. And then Matcha is going to come in from the top all the way around and slightly up here. I've got an idea of this and I'm hoping it's going to work. Just back in with the lime green to blend them out. In fact, I'm going to elongate that a little tiny bit. So the Matcha, blending that there. And then next up, Jungle Green. I'm just watching my pressure here. Now coming down to the point and then slightly back up. And there's going to come a little tiny bit here. And then Jade, just for the darkest bit. And then I press on quite hard just around the edge here. And then blend that into Jungle Green. There's a tiny bit underneath there where that little ornament top is. And back in with Jungle. Back in with Matcha. In lime green. I'm just in the very middle again with the white Holbein, just highlighting that little bit there in the middle. So that's the green one. And then we're going to have let's do sapphire yellow, robin egg blue and AEGEAN blue for that one. So yeah, somewhere yellow sapphire, AEGEAN blue, robin egg. I loved his little hat colours, so going in with yellow sapphire first. All over. And just use whatever technique you use to cover large areas. I just do big strokes like this because it's going to be mostly coloured over. as long as you've got an even coverage. And then I'm going to bring in Robin Egg Blue. It's going to be exactly the same technique as we've used on the last one. And taking the pressure off as we aim towards the middle. And then we're going to put the Holbein white. I'm going to put the highlight in like we just did before. Like the shape of the bauble that we've got to elongate that highlight. And then back over that with yellow sapphire. And take the yellow sapphire over the top of the white Holbein. And then we're building that layer up on Robin Egg Blue. So back in again. And this is only because I'm using 3 colours on this one, not 4. And then fade that in. And then next in with AEGEAN blue. All the way around that edge. All the patterns that are already on these baubles, I'm going to go in with a metallic pen, metallic silver, and add that on. So don't worry about covering them up. And then a bit under here. Gorgeous blend, this one, this colour. Okay, and then back with the Robin Egg Blue to blend that out. And then back with yellow sapphire, and just move some of that fall out of there. And that helps blend all them colours together. Gives it a nice hint of green. Jumping back in there with the Robin Egg Blue. I'm just not happy with some of that blend there. Just a tiny bit of that back again. There we go. Just slightly highlight that bit up again, just in the middle. So then we'll have a purple one. In fact, why I've got these out, let me just do this gem. I'm going to do the gem, a mix of the purple and the blue. So yellow sapphire just in this point here. And then maybe this point here. This point here. Oopsie. Let's bring that out a little bit more. Then robin egg blue. And the AEGEAN blue. And then up the side of the faucet of that one, down the side of here. And then down the bottom of here. And across the top. So that's them ones. And then we're moving on to, need yellow sapphire again. Let's do yellow sapphire on this side. And down the bottom of here. And down the bottom of this side bit here. And then we want orchid purple. Just jump yellow sapphire back a bit there. Violet and midnight. Just need to sharpen the sharp because the space I'm working in. So now we're using violet. Let's just go in here. And here. And then midnight. Just at the very tips. Oops, and I broke it. Oh, that's extreme, look umbrella. And just bringing that midnight down the edges. There. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we're going to use that combo here. So back in with yellow sapphire. I'm just going to turn the page. All over the image. And then in with orchid. orchid. It's going to come round here. Going to cover most of it in orchid and just leave like a symmetrical area there. In that we need our Holbein white, and we're just going to do a circle highlight in this, and then just kind of give it some little wings there. And trying to emphasize the shape that we're using in the highlight. Then back to yellow sapphire for a second. Go over that highlight with that. Kind of blending it out. Back in with orchid. And then violet. If this was me doing it, I'd leave a lighter highlight just around the bottom. But the grayscale that's already in the picture, can't really take that out, so I'm just going with what's in the picture. And then with this, I'm just going to slightly run up here. Go back in with the orchid purple. Just ever so slightly pull that out a little bit. Blend them two together. And then come back with yellow sapphire. Again, just take that all over colour that you've already laid down. Last but not least, midnight blue. Let's just go in. You're not coming up here with this one, you're just literally following the grayscale that Lenka's put in. Back to violet. Just blend that out again. And that's that one. Just reinforce that highlight just in the middle. Okay, and then with your white Holbein again, just where you put your yellow sapphire, just give this a little highlight with that. There you go. I'll put a bit of one here as well. There we go. Right, what colour can this little chappy be? I think I'll have an orange one. Got garnet. I'm sure I've got it, I think. Oh, we've got that orange. Right, just bear with me for 2 seconds. I'll get these cue cards out. We're going to be using blood orange, orange. I've got carmine in this one. Just need to get carmine out. Holbein. So we could take on the we're going to have honey first in this. Honey, and then our Holbein white, and we're going to put a highlight this way on this one. Just like that. And then next up is orange. And we're going to come in all at the bottom with this. And around the edge. Very colourful baubles. And back with honey for a second. Going over the top of that white Holbein there. And next up, the blood orange. All the way around. Only so far up now. In fact, I'd go all the way up to the top of this one. This one's not so dark. Then once you put that blood orange in, go back with your orange. And then back with honey. And next up is carmine red. And this is the one that we won't come as far up with. We go all along the bottom. And then just go back for your colours again. Blood orange. Orange. Honey. And lastly, we've got garnet. And that is just going to go at the very bottom. And that's that one. So let's get a nice gold going. What browns have we got? Make a nice gold. So we want what should we have? So while these are going to be very quickly done, I'm going to go in with sunflower yellow. All over the bell. In the ball. Next up, ginger. And that's going to go in all where it's dark. and just round the edge. And here. Back in with sunflower. And then cocoa brown. And just sharpen this. And where it's the darkest bits, and that's where we're going to put it. Turn this slightly. Running round the lip of the bell here. And then underneath the bell here. And back in with ginger. And back in with sunflower yellow. I'm going to put a bit of this cocoa brown here. Back in with ginger. Not liking that. It's not blending out there very good. And then sunflower again. And then on the little bell itself, ginger and cocoa brown. Back to ginger. And then I'm going to do a silver bell. I'm going to use fog grey. Colour the whole thing in fog. Next up, dolphin. You can see that, dolphin grey. Basically covering that whole area again in dolphin. And then next up, koala. I'm using the objects that are kind of there as the shadow, what it would cast. And then back with Dolphin Grey. Blend them in. And then lastly in with Charcoal Grey. It's very reflective silver. You could always put little like slides of lines in as though it's picking up on something else. And go back in with Koala. Draw that out. And once I've blended it all in with all of them, the dolphin, back and reinforce them lines I've put in a second with the charcoal. Now I want noir, black. Reinforce some of this with black. And just put some of these lines back in. And then with the white Holbein, bring some of that in, because like I said, chrome is very reflective, so that's going to be picking up the things. I'm still playing around with trying to do chrome so I'm sure one day I'll get it bang on, but for now that will have to do. Koala. Okay, and then same with this koala, and I'll just go straight in with black on that bit there. Okay, so we sharpen this up as I'm going to do both of these bells related to the birds at the top. So sapphire yellow on both ones. And I'm not flicking these ones because they're only small. I'm just going to shadow them. Missed the middle bit. Okay, so orchid purple for one. And do them opposite to the ones that are on here. It's like showing his love for her and her love for him. Okay, back to yellow. Oops, sorry. Back to yellow sapphire. And then violet. And that's just going to come in ever so slightly. Okay, back to orchid. Back to sapphire. We don't lose our yellow highlighted bit. And then ever so slight slither of midnight just on the very edge. And just on the very edge of here and there. And then back with violet. Sorry if you can hear kids there's playing and screaming around in the background. That's one. So then this one I don't have the pearl. Yeah, I do. I want AEGEAN robin egg for these two. So his bell's got her colour and her bell will have his colour. So I've got the yellow sapphire down. Pick that up here. This is robin egg blue, sorry. It'd help if I said robin egg blue. And same here. Must be playing something very exciting. Yellow sapphire. Back in the middle. And then AEGEAN blue, AEGEAN, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Oh, I need it sharpened. And just down the edge of here. That out. And there. And here. Bottom of here. And back with robin egg blue. Then the last bit of Sapphire yellow. To blend them out. And then the same with what I did at the other one. Just around the centre of this, because it's just too small to try and blend, so I'm just going to kind of do symmetrical shape like that, and that's them done. And then I'll get a highlighter, the ARTEZA one I'm using, the ARTEZA gel pen, brighten up that middle section there. And a little bit here, and maybe a tiny flash there. Brighten that centre bit up. Tiny little flashes there. And that one, just going to emphasise that little go. And then this one is just going to have its standard little just like that. The bell can have a little highlight here and on here, and then just ever so slightly here, and this can have a line, the odd highlight there. And that's that. Let me get my gold pen out. So I want to make these bronze, these little leaves. Let's do these ones at the top. These are going to be like an artificial gold. And this is just the Edding 2185 metallic bronze gel pen. I'm going over the whole leaf because when it dries you'll still see a bit of that black coming through. Very strange this one because it's got a bit of gold and a bit of silver in it. And this one. All around here. And I just wanted these to look artificial. always have a bit of artificial something in a wreath, don't you? Or some people buy off just literally artificial ones, so that no, I do. They're a lot easier. Although I did pick up a real one this year, and then I thought, nah, it'll scratch all my dough. So I ended up getting an artificial one as usual. Well, this is up to you, this part. You can colour in yours here, whatever. You want to use a metallic paint or you want to use pencil and just do them as leaves, you can. Down here as well. I'm going to get my other bronze one out in a second to do the little chains and stuff coming off. I used to have a really good silver one. And my Posca was really good as well, but it's dried up. So, this one it is. Well, this is nice because whichever way you look at it, it can look silver or it can look gold. So that's pretty neat. Just make sure I'm not colouring in the wrong bits. Excuse me. Oh dear me. I'm just colouring these quite quick now. I think they're done. They're quite shimmery. Where's my sage green? So I'm just going to use jade here. And there's some little, let me show you these, some little stems in the back of here that are quite dark. Not too sure what these stems are for, so I'm just literally doing these in jade. And a stem to that. I don't want to colour that in jade. And these are to the holly. Yeah, and let's do the bird night and then, oh wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Just get the ones out. Like they've dried up these or something. Don't like them ones. Let's check out these gel pens. I've got gold in these. Much better. There's gold on here. Only doing these in gel pen because they're a bit too tiny to try and do them in gold with pencil. That one's on a chain, so I'll do that silver. Silver one here. And can I have a silver chain? And these can be on a silver strip. So now I've just got the birds to do. Just get that black. And put the stems back in these. Just so they don't look weird with no stem. I thought they might have shown through, but they didn't. I think mostly done. Oh, I've not put no white on this sphere here either. White gel pen back. And then just do a highlight here, so we haven't done one. Okay, so that's been done. So let's do the birdie. Chest. Let's do the top. I don't need the green. Let's move some of these pencils out the way. I need the grey, blues, purples. So what do I need? Mushroom grey, dolphin grey, periwinkle, koala, and storm. Storm grey can go away. And then we need lemon yellow, lemon yellow, flower yellow, orange, blood orange, carmine, red, and then the back was turmeric, yellow, I think I've used raw umber somewhere. Raw umber, raw sienna and pear green. Raw umber and coyote. Okay, so that's them out for the robin. So let's do her chest first, which is lemon yellow. Lemon yellow goes. I thought I'd got all of them out. Okay, so let's see where we go with this one. Lemon yellow. Lemon. And I'm going to colour all the breast in. Yeah, because that's just, don't see much of a wing in this one. And then round her face here. Now, I did do these bird, the first bird on the first live stream as well, so people may have already seen this, what I'm doing. So then sunflower yellow. I'm kind of doing this in patches because I don't want all that bright yellow to disappear. Then orange. Need to have sharp pencils now for this bit, and all you're doing is literally point, flick, point, flick, point, flick, like a duck's foot. That's what we're doing to make the feather look, and I've just brought the tip off anyway. So random ones everywhere without actually snapping your tip. And kind of just flicking it all in as much of a, I don't know why mine's come out in a bit of a pattern. And then I'm just gonna randomly flick through a hair bit here. Hair, should I say? Feathers. These are just single lines. And then just shadow that in there. Next up, blood orange. Sharp tip again. Don't do a shell arty trick, don't break your tip. And then we're just putting these in random areas as well. And hopefully this gives a good feathered effect. It worked the other day, so it looked quite feathery. And then around the top, just started making a shadow with this colour as well. All the way around the bottom edge. Oh, not in this darker area here. And then same here, just flicking random tiny little flicks. And then where the edge of the beak is, this is our next colour, so we're going to shade that in as well. Just blend some of that out. Just take the orange you've just been using and then just blend. Just give it a little, it won't take away the flicks that you've done, but it'll just take away that harsh edge of the blood orange that you've put in there. And then next up we're taking Carmine red. And again shadowing in where we need to. Now I'm going to give her a redder looking breast, so she's going to be a bit blushier, should we say. I know the males are normally brighter than the females, but in this case I want to make her a little bit brighter. Let's just put her makeup on for the occasion. So let me sharpen this up. And then just random flicks again. For this one I'm just going to do two, so like a V shape, because I don't want to lose too much of that orange in this. It's only going to be ever so slightly redder, it's not going to be catching my eye there. And then just flick some up into there. Now breast looks a little bit redder. And then I'm going to add in the shadow around here. And then flick out some red into that orange. And then I'm going to get back our lemon yellow, really sharpen the edge, and then go back in and flick out. Just put a bit of texture back into that in places. Same with here. Let's bring that yellow back a bit. the excess. Just take that. If you ever get that stuck on, just literally scrape it off with your pencil tip. There we go. So that's the breast done. Move it out of the way. So next up is mushroom grey. And we went all underneath here with the mushroom grey first. And her cheeks. And then in a hairline here with all mushroom grey. And next up was Dolphin. Once all them areas are covered, we'll do a wing in a second. So we need to bring in some of that ochre colour as well. So then, whoops, would help if I kept my cue cards on, wouldn't it? We're using Koala Grey, and here I'm just going to emphasise the darker grey in her cheeks. Then we're under here. And I'm going to flick in some periwinkle blue. Right. Periwinkle. Again, I'm just going to use the same technique we used before. A bit through the top of here. Flick 3 lines in it. Back in, and then what we're going to have, Koala in between there. Right, start to take some of that blue off. So flicking here and flicking the lighter colours in here. So the mushroom grey, put that in here, under here. The koala. Just keeping it light and keeping it, flicking it in the same direction. And then towards the top of the head, let's bring in the storm grey here. Storm. I just want to flick in some darker areas in that. Then we're bringing in raw sienna. That's just going to come in here, and then along the top here. And then bringing it into here ever so slightly. And at the bottom of here. And then pear green. That fell off. And sharpen this. Oh, I don't need to actually. Pear green over the top. And that's because on the top of the robin's hair it has this green cast to it. And then I want to go back then to mushroom grey, sharpen that point. And then I'm going to flick some of this into the colours we've just used. Mushroom. And then dolphin grey into there as well. Flicking ever so slightly through here. And then pear. Where did I get pear? Gone. And just down here. Okay. And then we're going to do the wings like we did the other one, which was a mix of the grey, which was storm, koala and fog, a bit of mushroom. So let's do them. So storm grey, and we're going up and under here, up and under there. Up and under here. There wasn't so many this colour, so we won't do loads this colour. Just going to do the ones that you can see because the rest are going to be brown. Okay. So then next up is koala. I'm going off remembering, so I'm hoping I've done the right combos here from what I did off the live stream. I'm not too sure. But I didn't, if I didn't, it's up to you which one you do go with. And next up is dolphin. And then lastly, mushroom. The ends of these. And then we're going to do the back. So it's turmeric yellow, raw umber, and coyote brown. So let me just sharpen coyote brown. It's not very sharp. So turmeric. Where's turmeric gone? No, I'm not using that one first actually. So coyote brown it is first. And we're just going to go up in between. The pattern's gone a bit faded here, so you've got to try and pick it up the best you can. So then raw umber. And then it's hard to and then now we're on turmeric. And then mushroom grey, just to pop on the end of them tips. That's just to bring them out again. Just underneath there. It's a bit harder on this side because the patterns ran out a bit and you can't really follow it as easy as I could on that side. And then let's bring some raw umber into the belly here in flicks, just like we did on this one. I wanted my Prismacolor right on the first one. Then just sharpen up the Prismacolor white. And then just pop some white feathers in here as well. I know it's not ARTEZA, but you've got to put a bit of the, I've got to use a bit of the Prismacolor white because it's a really good white for things like this. So there you go. She's not as dark as he is. She's kind of brighter and fluffier. Let's put some of this into that green. There we go. And then we're going to use black for this. So it's going to be black along the edge of here. And then we'll have black just underneath here. And black into here. Then into koala. And then into fog. I've already done it. Fog. And back into koala. It's taking me longer putting my things on. And then back into black. And then I'm going to blacken up her eye. And then I'm going to take coyote brown on the outside of her eye. And then I'm going to come into this a little bit. And then lastly, little white gel pen on her eye. And then a little bit on her nose there. Down underneath there. So that's the lady one done. And then we're going back to yellow sapphire. Oh, wait a second. No. We want... Where's my turmeric gone? Turmeric. Down here. Turmeric. Into raw umber. Raw umber. Coyote. And just a tiny bit into there. And then into storm grey. Let's run that slightly down there. And then same with this one again, into raw umber. Raw umber, coyote brown. Into storm grey. And run that down the edge. There we go. And that's the tail stuff. I'll just blend that in a bit better there. turmeric yellow back. And why is there a gap there if the tail is there? So let's bring that storm grey into that there. So these would be a bit of storm grey. Improvising here into a bit of coyote. Like the light shining on the tail through there. Okay, and last but not least, a hat. So I need orchid purple, midnight blue, violet, my favourite. Where have you gone? Sapphire yellow. So once again, all the centre, sapphire yellow. I'm doing yellow and all her top bit of her hat. It's also going to be sapphire yellow. I'll flick that out like we did. Let's just get that. We'll just flick these here. Let's just doing the fluffy end of a pom-pom. So then we want orchid purple. And I'm going to go all around the edge of this. And same around here. So I want to know how many people's actually gone and bought Lenka's image from the Colorathon and joined in. If you have, don't forget to tag Streamers Rocking Round the Christmas Wreath in Instagram and tag myself shellarte.x on your Instagram post, and it will come up on my feed and you will be featured in a slideshow on my live stream on Thursday, Christmas Eve. So everyone from that will be featured on there. So now we're using violet. So if you've not got your wreaths in, get them in. Then you're not missing out. All along here. I've absolutely loved doing this colorathon, and I've loved finishing off doing this on camera as well. And just feel a bit different on camera because obviously I've not got no response. I'm kind of talking to myself and trying to do the colouring at the same time. So then midnight blue. and then all in the shadowed areas. So I've managed to keep the palette limited in a sense that I've not used loads of different colours, and I've kind of used the colours elsewhere in different parts of the colouring, which is helpful. So that's the Midnight Blue, and then we're going back to Violet and blending that out. Back to Orchid Purple. And when I was talking earlier about some of these ARTEZAs being waxy, these purples being one of them. And then lastly, Yellow Sapphire, just to emphasise that highlight again. Like two little robins in love. And then a scarf. Cover the whole area in Yellow Sapphire. And just sharpen that for them little bits. The tiny. Okay, and then Orchid Purple. Where all the creases are, kind of do purple. Along the top of here. And then Violet Purple. Right in the corners here. Right under here. I think this is my first Christmas one I've actually finished now. The rest I need to finish, which is funny. But I'll get them done, I promise. And then Midnight Blue. This underneath here. There you go. And then we want some snow just to finish it off. And she can have a bit on her shoulder like we did with the other one. You can have a bit coming down here. A bit on the top of her hat. And a bit round the top of here. The fireworks going off now. There you go. So that's that. And then last but not least, I'm gonna get the snow on this one. Here. I'm gonna get on here. The Holbein white. And then we're going to need snow on this one as well. So that can be on the top of that. Can be in the centre of that. Tittering off there. On the edge of this one. And on the edge of that there. A tiny bit in there. And then just keep going with the gel pen. Having a dried up moment that. There we go. Along here. Try not catch what I've just done, and I have. And then long, did I put, no I didn't put any on them beads. And then dot 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 everywhere on here, leaving the edges so it looks frosty. This is probably a mega long video. But at least you've seen it finished and complete. I'm thinking, do I put a bit of snow on them baubles or not? Oops. Now I'm wrecking the joint, so let's just pull this up. Leave my mess today. And there you have it all finished and done. Move all them out of the way. And that's finished. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me bring this to life. I've had so much fun with it. The only thing I haven't done is shown you actually the I'll put the lid back in. Is the gold on here? So let's do that. Put the lid back on. Got my little sealer inside it. Bring you back down a second. And all I did on here was, only need to do it on this one actually. Oh, that was too much gold. that come flying out. So I'm just using the spout as, why is it shooting out like that? On the page, and then I'm just going to travel it around. It stays out in a bubble like this, but it dries flat when it's dried, so I'm not too worried about it. Not drying up. Okay, I thought there was something I hadn't finished. So there we go, that's that one finished. So that is my gold and snowy effect wreath from Lenka. If you want her image, please click the link in the description below. Go purchase, support the Etsy artist. She is a fantastic artist, and this is just one of her amazing images. She's got a lot on her Etsy store, so please go check them out. Don't forget to check out Sammie's Colour and Chat with Sammie, Shannon Chopin Hayes, Ashley aka AdmiralKathryn, Gemini Adult Colouring, Tonje, Mary and Emily Illustrator. We've all done this version for the Colorathon. If you have coloured a wreath, any wreath whatsoever, whether it's a wreath on something, a full wreath like this, a wreath is in the picture, it doesn't matter, put it on hashtag streamers rocking around the Christmas wreath, and your entry will be put on a slideshow that will be shown on my live stream on Thursday day. So please give me a like, give me a good thumbs up, and share this video and subscribe if you like what you see. I stream twice a week and I also do uploaded videos. So thank you for coming along today. Have a lovely Christmas, and I will see you on my next video. Merry Christmas and goodbye.